Hello everybody. I'm hoping I can teach you a simple, inexpensive, quick technique to unclog a soft blockage in your main drain pipe coming from your house. In our case, the problem is there's a little bit of a dip in the drainage pipe, and it's going to be a dip that occurs somewhere under a 150-foot segment of concrete, so I don't want to spend the $5,000 or $10,000 to dig all that up and correct it right now, if you know what I mean. In the past, until I discovered this technique, I would call plumbers out or rent a machine myself. They weigh 100 pounds and use that auger, that snake auger, to work it. Very dangerous, very heavy, and expensive to get an emergency plumber, somewhere around $300. About the fourth time I did this, I had a plumber run a scope through my pipe to see what the problem was, thinking it might be roots, but it wasn't roots. It was this dip in the drainage pipe where apparently it wasn't set on a good foundation, and over time there can be an accumulation of toilet paper or other things, even normal type of things in there, and when it finally builds up enough, it can create that soft obstruction. And the manifestation is that the toilet that's closest to this outlet drain I'll show you gets filled up, and even when you try to flush it or try to use the plunger to clear it, it doesn't clear easily, or it'll clear once and then the problem will be there again. So this has been my solution. It takes about 15 minutes. The last two times we've had this obstruction, it of course occurred right before a party, created chaos. So this isn't to say it's a substitute for a plumber or for getting the diagnosis of your problem made or ultimately correcting the problem, but in my case, if this works, which it worked beautifully the first time I used it, every 6 months or a year when it happens again, I'm going to spend the 5 or 10 minutes for this $18 little thing that I can use over and over again to solve the problem. And hopefully that may save you some money and time. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate how this device works here. First of all, you just screw it into the hose. Like this. Then I'm going to set it into this little sample pipe here, like this. And now I'm going to turn on the water. You should be able to see it starting to fill up. Okay, you see it balloon up like that? And once it's totally sealed, it starts shooting the full force of the water out through the end, and it does it in a pulsing way to help clear things out. Okay, got that? Now I'm going to turn it off and you'll see how it deflates on its own. It takes just a few seconds for the pressure that's already built up in there to go out as it deflates, and then it just pulls right back out. This is the drainage pipe outlet that comes from the house, and it leads to the next outlet, which is about 150 feet that way. When you unscrew this, if you have a problem with the blockage down there, you're going to see water up to within a foot of this surface here. You can see the water that's stagnating or static in that tube. Right now there is no blockage because I've already cleared it, so you can see all the way through, and you can see that there is no water standing in this drain. It's kind of hard to see, but hopefully that'll give you an idea. When you look down through there, you normally shouldn't see any water. That's the way it is right now because I've already cleared it. But if you have the problem, you'll see water that's sitting in that pipe. Okay, what I'm going to do now, and I'm sorry that these air conditioning units are running because that's probably making the sound not as good as it could be. I'm going to feed this drain blowout mechanism into the line. Sometimes you have to maneuver it around a little there when it went right through. So now the way that this is designed, and hopefully it's that way on all of them, it sends a chute in with a 90-degree smooth angle like that, so it feeds this hose into the part of the line going away from the house automatically. And you just keep feeding this in as long as it will go. Now, I think it's important to have a thick, heavy-duty type of hose, because that keeps from kinking on you and it gives it more strength to push through. Okay? So now you won't be able to see this part, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it on like we did in the demonstration. So what it's doing now is it's filling the water into the part of the pipe that's going away from the house, and it's also setting a seal so no water will be coming back towards you or towards the house. It'll all be pushing out towards that soft obstruction. And I would give it 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you can go listen to the other drainage outlet that you have, in my case 150 feet from here, and you can hear it when that water starts pushing through for you. Okay, so I'm now walking to the second outlet that's about 150 feet away from the first one. And if you listen, you should be able to hear the sound of that water rushing through, because I no longer have an obstruction. Okay, so that's it. This is called a drain cleaning water bladder, the generic term for it. The particular one I found is American made, worked very well. Drain King. Remember to get the 3-inch to 6-inch line capacity. They make them in smaller ones too. So I hope that's helped you. And one last final word, be sure you wear these watertight gloves and that you wash everything down. I used a bleach solution to wash my hose and this device and my gloves too, just because it's obviously something less than a sterile area. So good luck.